Welcome to Fanatic Finds.
Hey guys, welcome back to another Fanatic Finds video. Who remembers the Animorphs? There was a series of books apparently by K.A. Applegate. Admittedly, I'd never read them, so I'm not sure, but I do remember slightly the TV series that came out, which aired between what, I've got it in my notes. Aired between 1998 and 2000, so it was that year 8, year 9, year 10. So I remember seeing them a little bit, but at that point, secondary school, I wasn't really watching that kind of thing. I was trying to be cool. It failed. But yeah, it went for 26 episodes, surprising as well. There was about 5 teenagers and this alien dude that had the ability to turn into any beast they touched versus an army of, an army of parasitic aliens who are slowly infiltrating Earth. Yeah, I had to look that up in IMDb. All I remember really, and what I've seen from the pictures, is one of the main cast was the same guy that plays Bobby in X-Men, Iceman. He's the only one that I think's really gone to do anything with his life after the show. Sean Ashmore. But yeah, it's a weird show. I don't really remember that much. But in 1999, we got the Animorph toy line, which was done by Hasbro. And in a really bizarre move, they put the Animorph toy line under the same umbrella as Transformers. So it was in the same continuity. The packaging says Transformers Animorph. Yeah, that annoyed a lot of Transformer fans. And looking back at it now, I can see why. I'm just going to put it out there right now. This isn't going to be a nice review of the toy line. I am going to slate this thing. I don't get it. I really don't. The toys are really, really bad. Making humans that change into animals doesn't really work. You can do it with the Beast Machines, Beast Wars toy lines, because they're robots. They can be whatever the hell they want to look like in their robot mode. They can have bits of kibble hanging off them. They can have, an arm, robot arm, and then you've got like the animal arm over the top of it, like with Polar Claw and that kind of thing, or fur sticking out like Optimus Primal. When you're dealing with a human form, because we know what that looks like, we know what it's meant to look like. Having a toy with bits of kibble on it and pieces stuck out, it just doesn't work. Also, they made it even more complicated by giving these toys like a third mode. So you had the animal mode, you had the human mode, and then they had this like in-between animal morph thing where they got another head where it's warped, or it's weird. For example, what is it? The Jake figure, which is this guy here. This is the Jake Tiger figure. The Tiger is pretty damn cool. I could have that sat with Beast Wars toys. It wouldn't look amiss next to like Cheetah or Rhinox, that kind of thing. You know what I mean? But when you then look at the human figure, what the hell? What is that on its shoulders, the bit sticking out? The tiny little hint of like the clothing, the blue jeans around the crotch area. I don't know. And the weird transition from the fur of the tiger to the human hands. And that was another thing as well. The third mode, this alien mode as well, as before I even get that far, even on that picture of Jake in his human form, you can see the second head of the mid-morph thing there in his chest, right there. They don't even try and hide it. And it's weird, but like I was saying, when it comes to the third mode and it's like a human-animal mix, the front claws of the tiger are actual gloves that go over the other character's hands. So they're easily lost pieces. So if you can find one on the secondary market and with those pieces, good on you. But why would you want to buy this stuff in the secondary market in the first place? I get where they were going for. I really do. I like the idea. I like the concept. I love the idea. The toy technology wasn't there, was it? Like I say, the animal modes and these things, they're kind of cool. Human modes are rough as houses. And yeah, it doesn't really work. I don't even think today, were we in 2024, December 2024, though we're even at that kind of toy technology, if that makes sense, to be able to pull this off again. I just don't think making human changing animals or animals changing into humans as a toy, it's not really plausible, except for like maybe a high end one. We're talking a couple of £100, you know. But yeah, for a normal toy line, I just don't think it worked. And because this was under the Transformer banner, we got the size classes as well. So there was Deluxe, Mega, Ultra, and a Super. And there was only one Super toy or class line figure, and that was the Triple Combiner Trirex. Yeah, this is the front of the box, and admittedly, this is an eye-catching box, but not for the right reasons, is it? Let me just scroll down what I've been ranting about here. You know, I think I remember seeing these toys around in toy shops and stuff. But like I say, that time in my life, I was trying to be not a geek, so I wasn't really going looking at toys at the time. But yeah, the picture of the three characters morphing into the Rex, that is haunting, to say the least. I know that's what they did with the books. To depict how the character changes from human to animal, they did that slow fade into it. Thank you, computer. My battery's running out. But seriously, wow. I just, why would you do that? The face, the mouth's opening, it's just messed up. Um, sorry. The even the concepts, like the artist rendition of the toy down in the bottom corner, that's screwy as well. The jaw is open way too wide. The position of the forearms being like right underneath his chest. I know that's in the toy. It is ridiculous. And then the actual toy itself. Wow. I won't rant about it now because I'll do it when I have my one out. But yeah, wow. Just wow. Okay, let's just have a look about look at the back of the box, shall we? Let's screw this back, get my notes up, and here we go. This is the back of the box, and things don't get better, do they? We have the figures in the human forms, if you can even call it a human form, and the T-Rex form we have as well. It's yeah. We do have two bits of text on there, and they're quite wordy, so bear with me. The one along the top reads, the invasion has begun. We call ourselves Animorphs. We can't tell you who we are or where we live. It's too risky. The Yerks, Yeerks, I'm assuming that's the aliens, are among us. Their goal to enslave humanity and to enslave every human being on the planet. The five of us have been given the ability to change into any animals we touch. It isn't much, a small group of kids against an empire of alien slugs, but we may be Earth's only chance of survival. That whole beginning bit. We call ourselves the Animorphs. We can't tell you who we are or where we live. These photos of them in their human forms kind of gives it away who they are. I'm just saying. And then the other text says, our names are Jake, Marco, and Cassie. So they couldn't tell you who they are, but they are telling you now. Listen up. We can't tell you more than this. The Yerks are here. Nasty parasites that crawl into your ear and take control of your mind. Our ability to morph into any animal we touch is Earth's last hope against total enslavement. Now we found a creature so powerful it takes three of us to become one. We had to break into the Yerk's genetic experimentation lab to acquire it, but it was worth the danger. Each of us concentrate on a specific section of the giant T-Rex, then we use our advanced morphing technique to combine our efforts into one incredible change. Now as a team, we're unstoppable. We are the prehistoric beasts of the future. We are the Trirex. Yeah, so they can't tell you who they are, but they just did. And I will say, I do know by doing research, the Tri-Rex never appears in the show, ever. It is completely made up for the toy line, and I wish they didn't. But yes, let's just crack on this. So I'll get my figure out. Um, I got this on Vinted about 2 weeks ago, and I didn't really pay attention. I picked it up. It is missing a piece, and yeah, here is mine. And it is a bit obvious which piece is missing. I'm a little bit annoyed. It's the pot belly that is missing. But as it's stated on the box, this thing comes with 2 electronic sounds, and this works. So you got a button on his hunchback. Should have called this thing Quasimodo. You push it, and if that sounds familiar to you, that is the sound from the Godzilla toys. So it's not even a roar. They couldn't use like the Jurassic Park roar or anything like that. So yeah, they use the Godzilla thing. And then the other bit is they stole that from the Kenner Rex, I swear to God. It has a stomping sound. But yeah, before we get into this, I suppose I really should have them in the human forms first and then show you how to combine it. So bear with me, come back. I'll have these in the human forms and we can mock them together, shall we? How about that? All right, 2 seconds, guys. All right, back again. All right, let's start with Jake, shall we? He forms the head of the Tri-Rex. So this is just awful. This is Jake. And like I say, I said human form, they're kind of that mid-morph form. And look at the face sculpt and that thing. It is haunting. But the whole figure is just... I'm sorry, I know I keep going about it, I can't tell you who they are. You see this walking down the street. This kid with claw feet, dinosaur head mounted onto his chest. You're going to notice something, aren't you? It's not really a secret identity. The only saving grace for Jake, here's Jake in it, yeah, is he does have these like knife sword things. Well, I say molded into him, but they are literally just coming out of the T-Rex's jaw. So I don't know if that should be a good thing or not. But yeah, they are just weird. They do have, well, he has 360 of the arms. Elbows do bend as well. Legs are the same. You can call them legs like bloody derpy ass claws, feet, and it's yeah. I don't. If it was a robot, I could handle it. I really could. But the fact it's meant to be a humanoid, it's what can I say? Really, what can I say? So yeah, that's Jake. He is the head of this thing. Then we're going to go with Marco. He forms the midsection of the Tri-Rex. Downside for him is he has the battery pack on him, which Tri-Rex takes 2 AA batteries. So yeah. And weirdly enough, I'm going to say he is the best looking of the human forms, which is saying something compared to the rest. But yeah. There you go, that's Marco. And his actual body isn't too bad. Don't zoom out. His legs are in proportion, his chest looks pretty cool, his head looks alright. And then you get these ginormous arms. And I've been sitting here thinking about it, and what this reminds me of, all 3 of them, is quite messed up, really. They remind me of the experiments of Ripley in Alien Resurrection. Ripley 7, the one that's still alive on the bio bed. She's got the giant, huge arms and all that kind of stuff. It's kind of like that, especially with these ginormous limbs that you can't really do much with them. They do have a lot of articulation, like I say, 360. They can go in and out, up and down. They rotate. The claws bend and that lot. But because he's meant to be in human form, it doesn't work. It really doesn't. And then having this giant backpack where the batteries are kept is beyond me. And I get that they're meant to be, turning into this T-Rex thing. But another question is, when they're in these kind of forms, why is it they only have like the smidgen amount of human clothing? That makes sense. They've given him kind of like Marco I can use because he's the best option. Top there, he's kind of got a jacket at the top of his torso, and then molds down into the T-Rex scales, and the same with his like blue boxes. Why do you keep wanting to zoom out? And then it turns into the reptile legs. Just make this all jeans and give him proper feet, not the dinosaur feet kind of stuff. On this one, the head doesn't go 360, and I think I've got it stuck now. Hang on. There we go. Because of the batch pack. The legs can... Or maybe he can do like a Sebulba from Star Wars. Hang on. Can he? Yeah, he's Sebulba from Star Wars. There we go. I'm so immature sometimes. Yeah, there you go. He's got a Sebulba stance. Yeah, his legs can bend, his ankles bend, but obviously because of the batch pack, they can't do much. But yeah, that is Marco in his human mid-morph form thing. And then finally, we have Cassie, and she's got it the worst. She's the tail, she's the butt. That's it. But she is doing a fantastic impression of Beast Wars Megatron. I'll tell you that. With the giant tail arm. Like that's something else, that is, isn't it? Yeah. She does have more clothing than the other two. Being a girl, they've given her more clothing, which is nice. But this ginormous tail arm thing, rubber, is slightly bendable. But it's like the T-Rex, the Red Rex tail kind of thing, that kind of texture. But yeah, just I just hold it like that. And face sculpts. Let's see if I can get the camera to do it. No, it does not want to zoom on it. The camera doesn't even like them. It's yeah. And like I say, she's meant to have ball joints here on this arm that come off, which is then the covers for the pot belly. There's not much you can do with this figure. That tail just kind of ruins it, and a weird hunchback thing. I know you're probably wondering, why the hell did I buy this? I'm sitting here slating it so much. And the reason I bought this thing is I've seen it before. And I've heard how bad this thing is. I wanted to see it for myself. I wanted this thing just because it's that bad. I wanted it. Does that make sense? So I have it now, and it hasn't disappointed. This thing is terrible. It is absolutely awful. I don't understand why people would buy, why they made this set in the first place. So what we're going to do now is we're going to put it in its Tri-Rex mode, and even that is questionable. So where do we even start? Go Jake, like I say, he's the head. And what I don't get as well, and a question, if these guys are 3 humans, yeah, and they have this special technique to merge, and who's in control of the T-Rex? Because, in Transformer continuity, when they merge together, all their brainwaves and all that kind of stuff are kind of mismatched, and they become less, pretty much. Prime example of that is Devastator, all the brains arguing in the background. So is this the same thing with these guys? Are there just three voices in this T-Rex's head just screaming at each other, trying to get each other to work? Yeah, I just don't understand it. And I'm having issues already. Now, how do you change this? I've messed this up already. That's a good start today. Are you meant to go? I might have to pause this and come back to you because I am actually struggling to figure out how and where everything goes. All right. Yeah, give me 2 seconds. Let me work out Jake and then I'll get back to you because these two are quite easy. 2 seconds. Well, that took longer than it should have done, but I have got the Trirex's head, with Jake in his head mode. So here we go. This is what Jake looks like in his Trirex mode. Do not like these arms. I don't like the fact that they are literally directly underneath his body. Alright, then Jake, easy peasy. Pull down that tab. He's got a slot there for what did I say? Slot there for Cassie to come along. And that tab will slot into that hole there. And obviously I don't have the instructions for this thing. You know, if I was a smart person, well, I've looked them up, but I didn't. So I'm kind of guessing. Oh, shush up. And I say that just slots in like that. We have 2/3 of a Trirex minus the pot belly, and then we take Cassie, put you there, and obviously, like I say, it's probably a lot harder because she doesn't have, well, a lot easier because she doesn't have her what do we call it, the paneling on here to cover up, so it makes my life a lot easier because all you do is slot that up like that. Her arm tags into Marco's chest. Some flaps at the back here that just lock into place. Like so. And then I'm assuming with the whole pot belly thing, it was just like a weird way of getting all the kibble and all the pieces in place and stay in place and hide it. Like, what do you do with half these limbs that are just flailing around everywhere? And that is pretty much mine. And yeah, it's rubbish. We know from previous experience and previous toys, toy makers know how to make a T-Rex. They know what a T-Rex looks like. 1993, Red Rex. 1996, Megatron from Beast Machine. I always say Beast Machine. Beast Wars. Love Beast Machines, that's why. And then 1999, we get this weird ass shaped thing. It's not really a T-Rex. The legs are too gangly and weird. The arms are in the wrong place here. There was a lot of compromises on this toy. And sadly, the compromises didn't make it better. That makes sense. There was a lot of design aesthetics and design choices that are questionable. The only thing that I love about this toy two things. Is the head sculpt. I think the head does look pretty cool. It's very reminiscent to me for like the bull Rex or like red Rex, especially like with the neck sculpting here. And again, same for Beast Wars Megatron as well. Very similar style, and I like that. And I like the color scheme. I like the orange, the black, and the red, the yellows. I think that's really cool. But again, that's kind of a reminiscent thing to Jurassic Park for me. The Jurassic Park colors, so I like that. But the rest of it, yeah, I'm glad I bought it. I really am, because it is just so bad. I love the fact that the electrics still work. But as a toy, if I got this when I was a child, I'd be disappointed as hell. I really would. I'm not even looking at this as like a collector or just a person who enjoys toys. Generally, if I got this as a kid, this would be such a punch in the face kind of thing. I'd look at this and be like, what did you buy me? What is this? But yeah, that is my really harsh rant review. This I think the first time I've ever done a toy review, which I just nitpicking at every flaw. I don't really have much good things to say about this thing. Don't buy it. If you're thinking about getting one of these things, I wouldn't. I would let other people buy it, like myself, stupid idiots, to buy this weird, gangly, chicken-legged, freaky ass. If it wasn't a Tyrannosaurus Rex, it could be an Allosaurus maybe, or one of those weird ones from like the Peter Jackson's King Kong movie. Those carnivores in there. But say this is a T-Rex? Nah, you're taking the piss, really. But yeah, that is it, guys. That is my rant about the Tri-Rex. Have a good one. I will see you soon for another video. Hopefully a happier video. And until next time, take it easy, guys.